Good morning, welcome to Hunky Dory TV. My name's Amy Wilkes and I'm going to be presenting the show for you today on this. Weather's not that bad today, Monday.
No, it's quite nice today.
Yeah, I think
Bit
Saturday I thought
Oh my
summer's
God.
here.
I loved it.
Went out,
I was in such a good mood.
no coat on, it was gorgeous, wasn't
know.
it? And then yesterday was just, it didn't stop raining where I live.
It was horrific.
Yeah. So we hope you had some decent weather on Saturday and for the coming week. So what a show we have got for you today. We have got 3 brand new quick card pads to go through and show you, and lots of demonstrations. So joining me for today's show, we've got Jess. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning.
Happy Monday. We've got a good week ahead, haven't we?
Yeah.
And in the demonstration corner, we have got the lovely Natalie.
Good morning.
You okay?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
I'm excited to show you how quick we can make these quick cards.
I mean, the show might only last 10 minutes and we'll have made 10 cards.
We'll get it done.
So Kat had these on yesterday on Hobby Maker,
She
didn't
did,
she?
yeah.
So they set her a challenge as well. So that is what we are going to be doing today. But before we take a look at those pads, let's have a look at our Win It Weekly. Look at this amazing prize worth $32.95. We are going to have 4 lucky winners.
Wow.
So first of all, you are going to get 3 packets, that's 15 colours of our gorgeous craft wire. I mean, every colour is catered for there, isn't it? You've got the sort of the brights, the pastels, and sort of the metallics there. So you're going to get 3 packets of the craft wire. You are also going to get the tools to help you to use with your craft wire, and then the essential, isn't it?
That
the
handy
craft
book.
wire templates book. So it's going to have lots of different ideas there. You can see your alphabet that you are going to be able to do. So if this is something that you haven't tried but like the look at it, please make sure you like, share and comment the answer to the following question. The world record for the most sticky notes stuck on a face in 30 seconds is it A, 43, is it B, 38, or is it C, 47? And just before the show started, we did check who is doing the show on Friday.
Yeah.
And I do feel we need to put a bit of pressure on that they do try and beat this record. Do you?
I think we do that. I think both of them should have sticky notes and we should try and do that. Have you ever done something funny and put sticky notes all over something?
No, but I've seen it where somebody's come out to their car and it's just completely covered in sticky notes. Have you?
When Dan,
Yes.
when me and Dan first got together, he had a lecture, but it was at my house, I think, and me and my roommate didn't have uni that day, and because we lived closer, he would be sneaky and park his car like near our house and then walk from our house. So he came in, said hello, left his car, and we were just sat there watching a Disney film, and we were like, have you got sticky notes in your room? He was like, yeah, I've got sticky notes in my room. I was like, shall we cover his car in sticky notes? And to be fair, he'd been gone for like nearly 2 hours, and we thought to do this with like 20 minutes left for him, like coming back from his lecture, and we thought, let's do it. So we went outside and we covered his car in sticky notes, and he came back and he was like, what have you done? It was so funny. I need to find the picture because it was hilarious.
Oh, have you got a picture?
There's definitely
a
picture.
try and find it for Friday.
It's so funny.
And we'll have a look. But yeah, please make sure you like, share and comment to be in with a chance to win that brilliant craft wire prize. So before we get on to the quick cards, we've got a quick VT for you. So how gorgeous are these cards? And if anybody hasn't seen these quick cards pads before, you are going to absolutely love them. They are everything you need in one pad, aren't
Everything.
they are just perfect. So there are 3 new ones in the collection. So this is your ultimate collection number 5, your 3 new pads. So we have got your perfect pets, which I think is just going to be
do like
essential.
this one. They are super cute
Yeah.
as well.
And just, you can send them to so many people, can't
Yeah.
you? Children who have got these pets.
And I love the fact
adults.
that we've got so much like diversity within the type of pets as well. You've got your rabbits, you've got your guinea pigs. There's like the little budgie there in the background. You've got your little mouse and your hamster. Then you've got the classics, of course, like the puppies and the goldfish.
Definitely.
And the cat. But it's such like a vast like theme of like pets. It's really
They're
cool.
so good on that. And you can see on the front there, it's your gold foiling on this one. It makes 16 cards. You do also get the card blanks. We might as well go through each one at a time. So this is your Ultimate Collection 5. All 3 pads, just $29.97 or $26.97 if you are a Diamond Club member, which means you are saving $14.99. So basically, you're buying 3 for the price of 2, isn't it? But you can see, if you have a look here, this is the card blank. And you've got a dotted dash line along there. So all you need to do is get your scissors or your paper trimmer and cut out the card blank. It's pre-scored, so all you need to do is fold it. And then you can see you've got your main topper, you've got border strips, you've got a couple of sentiments and those tabs there. So lots and lots to be able to make that card. So you've got the gorgeous guinea pig on that one. Oh, look at that one with the cat. And you've got best of luck to the perfect friend. So again,
cute.
different occasions as well. And you are getting 2 of each of the designs on these as well. Look at that hamster. I love the purple as well. And you can see the card blanks, isn't it? The back and the front,
they're
which
all
means
done, all decorated.
you can use them in different ways as well, isn't it?
Ways, which we love. Like you can stretch it out, so you've got like a long DL card. You can trim into it to make different sizes and styles. You can also use your score tool and like add extra score lines to make like
and
really
your trimmer,
cool shape cards. So there's loads of different ways in which we can use them.
I mean, you can even, if you add a card blank to it, you can cut these into 2 and sort of make an easel card as well, can't
easels.
you? Or even 2 cards.
Yeah, I was thinking that 2 cards would be great.
And then
this
here,
one.
you've got these gorgeous handmade with love by.
I love them.
So you can even personalise your cards as well. So you are getting 2 of each of 8 designs. I love the fish one.
They're just really fun.
I mean, this one could be sort of your spring Easter cards as well, isn't it? You've got happy birthday, somebody loves you, just for you. So different sentiments. You've got different border strips on there. So that is your perfect pet. So we'll make 16 cards if you make them as they are in that pad. Next up, we have got Terrific Transport. Again, make 16 cards, but you can see on this one, it has gold and silver foiling. You know, so what we always do is choose the best foiling, isn't it? We don't just all one pad the same if it doesn't suit. So this one has got the 2. Look at the sky in there.
These are like backgrounds as well that, like you say, if you cut into them and then add like one half onto a card blank, you could be using the other half with die cut pads, with your little book pages or pocket pads as well. So
definitely,
depending on how sort of like how much you want to get for your money, you can really stretch the collections that we've got here in the card stocks and all the elements that you get within these pads.
But I think that's why it makes them good for all crafters. So if you are a beginner crafter, I think sometimes you can be overwhelmed with the amount that's on offer and what goes together. Whereas with this, you know, you've got the card blank, you've got your sentiments, you've got your topper, you're good to go with these. But then if you are a more experienced crafter, trying to come up with different ways that they can be used as well is sort of a really nice challenge. So again, you are getting 16 sheets, 8 designs, 2 of each within there. I think these are going to be perfect for sort of, I know we always say the masculine cards, Father's Day, things like that.
They're going to be great for that.
I just love a sky background. They're just
it's so handy.
And then you've got,
this one's really cute as well.
But every detail is thought about. And again, on each one, you do get that gorgeous handmade die cut as well to put on the back of your cards. So 8 different designs in that one. So that is your terrific transport. So that is 2 out of the 3. And then the last one, Twilight Kingdom. I mean, these are always popular, aren't they? The sort of the black silhouettes.
Popular.
And in order to make it all fit, this is your black foiling on here.
Which is so good, isn't it? Because
Yes.
they're giving you something that's such good value.
Yeah.
However, you're like getting textured foiling, you're getting different coloured foiling. This is a lovely one, and it wouldn't fit in any other way than if it had black foiling.
Yeah.
It's so
So
cleverly
again,
done.
they're all the same concept, aren't they? You get sort of the
Yes.
larger topper, the couple of the sentiments. Oh, look at
But
that.
the background on here is
gorgeous.
really nice as well. I love sort of like the twinkly light detail.
Yeah.
The colours are so pretty. There's lots of different like styles of colour and things like that within here, but it just all works so well.
And again, the different shaped toppers that you've got in here. So this might be perfect for a sort of engagement card.
Or a wedding card. It would look really nice with that on it.
That would be gorgeous.
So
Can you imagine if they
cute.
got sort of like the pink theme for their wedding as well? And then
Oh,
you've
I
got
love
sort of the
that fairy
fairies.
That's
like an
really
ombre
cute.
effect, isn't it? Without having to
Really nice.
do it
that one.
yourself. These are also perfect, I think, if you're making to sell,
Yes.
because you are going to
Oh,
be
you can
able to
make
make these in
in
record
minutes.
time, aren't you?
Absolute minutes.
All you need is your scissors or your trimmer to cut your card blank out, because that isn't die cut, but these are all die cut, so you can just pop them out and then and your glue, isn't it? Maybe your tape runner. If you want to, you can add your foam pads as well, just to give them a bit more dimension. But again, just perfect for sort of all ages as well, I think, that one. So that is your Twilight Kingdom. So you are getting all 3 Ultimate Collection number 5 for just $29.97, meaning you are getting, well, it's buy 2, you are getting 1 free. And I think when you get a collection like that, it just covers everything, doesn't it? We try and make sure that there's something for everyone within those. So let's have a look at some of the card models here. This one from the pets, and you can see they've cut the front of the card blank in half and then stuck it onto the back panel
really
as well.
clever way of easily like just making a different
Yeah,
shape.
and you can see how those toppers have been attached.
That's very
Gorgeous.
clever, that
And
one. I
then
love
that just a finishing touch on the back
Yeah.
there as well, isn't it?
It's very, very cute.
Oh, look at this one.
A really nice.
And you can see the cards as well, the different shapes that you're
Different
going to get within there. So you might get your sort of your more 5x7 style ones, or your square ones as
but
well.
you can also then put them like tenfold, or you can have them like
or that
normal,
way.
So you can really like mix up the different styles and
Yeah,
shapes and
you can see how well those sort of border strips have been used, isn't it? And just adding that tiny bit of ribbon on there.
this is cute.
Another one. So instead of cutting it sort of that way, you've cut it diagonally, and again, piece that card onto there.
I like that. That's a
Just
really clever way
gorgeous,
of doing
isn't
it,
it?
isn't it? I
Yeah.
would never have thought to do that, but these are really, really
Yeah.
good.
It just shows you some of the different ideas as
Yeah.
well, doesn't it?
It's clever.
This one using
That's
both
nice.
of those sort of sentiment tags there, and just adding your gemstones into the middle.
They're just super easy, simple
Yeah.
to put together, aren't they? But really, really effective.
And you can do as little or as much as you want with them.
Exactly.
And they're still going to look. I love this one. Look at this.
It's very cute. The
How
little
gorgeous
pooch.
is that one? They are just lovely. So you are going to be able to make 16 cards with each of those pads. So we're going to set Natalie a bit of a challenge.
We are. We're starting
They
off
are called quick
strong.
cards.
So we're going to see how quick we can make them.
Yep. So we are going to give Natalie 7 minutes
7.
to see how many cards she's going to be able to make. So yesterday on Hobby Maker, Kat had 10 minutes. And I think she did 5.
Okay.
Okay, so we're
we'll
talking
see if
like
we can
2
beat her.
minutes a card.
We'll see if we can beat her. I do like a challenge. So I'm going to just concentrate with our perfect pets at the moment. I've got all of my different designs popped out already from my pad, so it's just quicker to sort of get those cards made. And then I've got scissors, a tape runner and foam pads, because really you just need the basics for these cards. So whenever you're ready, Jess.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go. So I'm going to cheat, only a little bit though, and I'm actually going to cut my card blanks out at the same time because they are sort of ready to go. So I'm just going to line this up on my pad, and I'm just going to trim them out with my trimmer. That's what I'm going to do first, so that all of my card blanks are out and ready to go. And when you're at home crafting as well, this is something that you might find easy to do, is to just trim these out first. So just following that super handy guide that is in place with those cut lines. So that is all of my rectangle ones, and then I'm going to do the same again with my square ones. I don't think I'll be able to get through all 4, but I'll give it a try.
We can. I think these are good for sort of crafting on the go, aren't they? If you just want a bit of crafting to take away with you, yeah.
Great for crafting with like craft groups as well. Do you know, like kids like rainbows or brownies and guides and things like that?
Yes.
Because they are super simple. You get 16 in a pack, so if you're doing like a badge, like a crafting badge, everyone could make a card. They could all have different designs on those cards. So let's put these ones to one side now.
I mean, with children, you could even do what you've just done, cut out the card blanks for them, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And then all the other elements are die cut, so they can just push them out and just use your glue.
Go with this. So I'm going to take this one first of all. I'm going to just use one border strip, I think. And I'm going to go down the side here. So let's do that along there. Just trim that out. And then I'm going to grab my design here, and we're going to place this on my card this way. I'm going to have these popping out. So you've got it's Guinea Bee a good day instead of it's going to be a good day. And I'm also going to put my birthday wishes on there as well. So let's stick this one to the back.
And like you said earlier, I think a lot of the card
middle.
blanks can be portrait or landscape.
Yeah, yeah, and that's just going to make your cards a little bit different. You could have it so like your pieces are like hanging from the top as well, so you've got more room in there. So let's just grab my scissors for this. I'm just going to pop these together like so, and pop these on there. I've been challenged as well at home. It's quite funny actually. I went to the football on Saturday for his very good game actually.
I was going to say you won, didn't
very
you?
good game.
Yeah.
We won 10 men as well. Very good
check
game.
the score, yeah.
But that is card number 1. But when we were there, we always go to the pub before, our local pub. And my grandma said, oh, I'm doing the church fair this year, but I don't really want to do, because my granddad loves jigsaws. It's like his favourite thing to do. So he does jigsaws all the time. And she went, I don't really want to do jigsaws this time. Do you have any ideas of what I could do, Natalie? And I knew what she was getting at, but she didn't want to ask me.
Oh.
So I just sat there, and my mum was like throwing out some different ideas. And she went, I'd really like to sell some cards. I was like, oh, would you? Would you, Grandma?
Oh, we can do
And
that.
my mum was like, I'll help you. I'll help make some. I was like, right, okay. I'll see what we can pull together from my stash.
These would be perfect though for that, wouldn't they?
They would, because they're super, super simple to do, aren't they? So let's do 2 borders on this. So 1, 2. I'm going to mix it up in a minute and do some square ones as well, because I have done 2 of this size.
So when's the fair?
Already.
Christmas?
Oh no, there's 2 fairs a year. So the first one, Amy, is summer, which is an April one.
April?
Yeah, I think it's just after Easter.
Okay.
And then the Christmas one is normally, it's quite early. It's like November time. So you know that if this is successful, that Christmas cards are going to be
Yes.
coming out of our ears.
Luckily,
Which they do anyway.
We do Christmas quick card pads, don't we?
We do Christmas quick card pads, so this is the thing. Maybe I'll just give Grandma some of these and she can...
Maybe she could have a go herself.
Well, I did,
be able to?
during COVID, put her a box of craft stuff together.
Yeah.
And it has been passed on to my mum because she hasn't used them yet. So
Ah.
I think that it's still in her house. There's loads of different bits and pieces, but yeah, she's a bit busy. Card number 2. And let's move on to our square ones. I'm going to go with...
You've had coming up
this
to
one.
5 minutes. You've got 2 minutes left.
Which one have we got here? Oh, let's do this one. 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
God,
no,
loads of
you've had
time.
5 minutes.
Oh, I've had
You've got
5
2
minutes.
left.
Oh, goodness, right. I'm going a bit slow now. I need to speed this up. So let's just trim
I love
these
the fish
out.
one.
It is very funny. It is very, very funny. So it is really going to depend on how you want to make your cards for what you can sort of create with these. But there's just so much that you get in these packs that they are super handy to like make and put together. So that can go on there. And then, oh, I need a sentiment. You always make a splash. We'll go with that one. And we can trim this down. We'll put that on there. And then your handmade on the back. Can we do another one?
Yep.
We can.
52 seconds.
Let's do, I think this one goes with the rat. So let's do the rat, the mouse. Being mean to it there. I'm not a fan of these animals. Not a fan at all. I'm not a fan of any pets that are quite small. Smaller than a rabbit. I can do a rabbit to some degree, but I'm not touching it. But yeah, I've very big fears of animals this size particularly.
Yeah,
So
I have had
let's
to
go.
chase a couple of mice around the living room at times.
No.
The cat's brought in.
I've told Dan that if we ever had a mouse in our house that we would move.
They are quick.
I'm not living there if there's been a mouse in my house.
Oh, they're cute.
No. Not for me.
They are. They don't
Not
cause any
for
harm.
me.
Stop.
Oh, I'm so close.
Go on, you can finish that
Can
one.
I finish
Come on.
it? We'll put the sentiment on it. So we've done 4 in 7 minutes. So I reckon if we'd have done 10, we would have been near enough at 5, if not more than what
Yeah.
that did. But that's so good
So
for that amount
it's
of
about
time.
2 minutes, isn't it?
2 minutes
per
a card.
Yeah.
But for that amount of time, I'm pretty impressed with sort of like the cards that you've got. And we've got different sizes, we've got different shapes because we've sort of like switched them around. And like even the cards that have got like the same toppers on that I've used on both of these, they look completely different even though they're sort of like the same shapes, the same size cards because of where we've placed it and how we've used our border strips. You can really make different cards with them. So
Yeah.
it's definitely worth
They are
getting.
brilliant. I'm just reading on the chat. People say I cannot speed craft. I think I'm like that sometimes. I could spend a good few hours.
Slow.
on
Sometimes
one card,
you
but I
want to be
think
able
it
to make that
depends-
decision.
Yeah, but it depends when you need the cards as well,
That's
doesn't
also
it?
true.
They were speaking yesterday about, when somebody suddenly says it's so-and-so's birthday
Yeah.
or, somebody's off to work and they need a card for somebody. These are going to be perfect. So, a quick reminder. Oh, where's it gone? It's here. About Win It Weekly. So, you are going to win £32.95 worth of craft wire pliers and the craft wire templates book. So you're getting the handbook, you are getting 3 sets of the wire, so 45 metres in total, 15 different colours, and you are going to get the pliers as well. So everything you need to start your journey with craft wire if you haven't tried it before. All you need to do is like, share and comment the answer to the following question. The world record for the most sticky notes stuck on a face in 30 seconds is it A, 43, B, 38 or C, 47? And you will be able to watch that on Friday with whoever's doing the show.
It will be a good
We'll
one.
wait and see. So, coming back to our quick cards, I did a Dan on it, didn't I?
Sorry, just
In the
show
first section.
What did you do? Did you do it down? What do you mean you did it down?
I didn't follow the plan.
Oh, no, yeah.
I went a bit off with the plan.
The cards if you want.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So, these are the other two. We've seen the Perfect Pets one. So we've got Terrific Transport and your Twilight Kingdom. So let's show you some of the cards made with that Twilight Kingdom. Look how stunning that black foiling is on those. And you can see, you can use everything on it, can't you? So
Yeah.
everything you get included, you can use on those cards. Look at them. I love this card blank. It's gorgeous, isn't it? You see on the back.
It's so pretty.
Really stunning.
That little border strip that's on it is really
Yeah.
cute at the top with the lace
Gorgeous
detail.
image as well. And what you can do with these is be really clever about your border as well, because you can't see it under here. Don't put it under there. Sort of cut it off about here and
yeah,
here,
yeah.
so you've got more border.
Stretch it
yeah.
out.
So think about how you can make the most of what you get. Got the gorgeous green, and I love the way the toppers are all your different shapes there, and your different sentiments as well. This one.
So nice, isn't it? I love that dragon.
Yeah. And I think that would be a good masculine card as well, wouldn't it? And then you've got the labels on the back, especially handmade. Gorgeous. And then these are some of the Terrific Transport ones as well. So if you get these pads, feel free, you can copy what we've done with them on here or come up with your own ideas as well. You can see, I like the way they've done the sort of the border strips to sort of match
I know, it's quite
the
clever
diagonal
that,
of that as well. Yeah, really clever. And this one, how lovely does that? And you can see that one, the border strip. Can you see the ends have just been cut into like fishtails, isn't it?
That's cute.
That's a clever idea as
like
well,
that.
isn't it? Yeah. So again, another way of being able to use those. This is what
That's
we want.
nice. That
Blue
border strip's
skies.
nice on the top as well.
Really good, isn't it? It almost looks like it was a card blank then. I had to sort of have a look at it. So up and away, does that one say? The sky's the limit. So how lovely, that might be a good look one, isn't it? If somebody's going for a job interview or moving on to a new job maybe. And then lastly, you've got your camper van there.
I love that green.
It's really nice,
It's
isn't
so
it? It's really
nice.
popular at the minute, isn't it? That sort of green colour. So those are your quick cards made with the other two pads. So $14.99 each, but you are getting them on a 3 for 2. And then if you get all three, you know you're going to have so many different occasions and people catered for. We've also got some other items on the show. First up, we have got your envelopes. So your bright white envelopes, your 5x5.
I'm so happy that these are on and that they're at this price, because this is such a good idea to do these.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. So you're getting 50 of those, just $4.99 or $4.49 if you are a Diamond Club member. And obviously you will need envelopes to go with your quick cards.
Yep.
And then your C6, again 50 for $4.99 or $4.49 for Diamond Club members. So if you are getting the quick card pads, definitely put in those two envelopes as well.
Essentials.
Yeah, definitely to send those out. We've then got some Supersavers. So these are ending this Sunday, which is, I can't believe, the 2nd of March.
I know,
I can't believe we are going to be into March
We were
by the
talking
weekend.
about this last night at dinner, and just saying how quickly February's gone. I was like, February went quick. I was like, January flew.
I think January flew,
We're literally going to click our fingers and we're going to be making Christmas cards.
We're not far off, are we?
We're not far off. We're not far off at all. Christmas is up in the office.
I think Dan said that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
Christmas
been
is in
over
the
and had a
office.
look yet. I do want
There's some
to
cute stuff. You need
to
to go and
have a look at
look.
those. Yeah. So other things that we've got on the show, your paper crimper. This is genius, isn't it? So it should be $9.99, but on your Super Saver, just $6.99. You can see it crimps paper and card up to 300 GSM, and this is 4 inches wide there.
I watched a video yesterday of someone, and she was making little like pouches for confetti, and she folded over the paper and like stuck it together.
Yeah.
And then she crimped one side of the parchment.
Yeah.
And then she filled it up and crimped the other side, so you didn't
Oh,
actually need
nice.
to use any glue.
Yeah.
Because like the crimping held it together.
Oh,
it was
nice.
really, really clever. I'd never thought about using my crimper in that way.
No,
so.
yeah. So it sort of says what it does. So it sort of crimps.
Yeah, it like ripples that paper,
yeah.
gives it that sort of like really thin mountain and valley fold.
Yeah.
But it's really fun to use with like Yeehaw that we had on last week. It'll work really nice with that.
Yeah.
Any of your Wild West things, if you're doing sort of like your cute and cuddly on the farm, you could use it for like the hay, or you could use it for like a building if you were trying to replicate that. They're just
Or just in
handy.
the background, isn't it? I think as well, if you perhaps haven't got a die cutting machine or embossing folders, this is going to give you sort of an embossed effect on paper, isn't it, without that?
Absolutely.
So just $6.99, and one other thing, the children will love it, won't they?
Oh, absolutely.
They will be amazed at it. So
That's
you
like
must get,
magic.
get one of those. Next up, we've got the crafty brayer. Again, you are saving £3. Should be $9.99, just $6.99. So if you are into your mixed media, your inks and your paints, this is going to be perfect for that. And it also, you can put ink onto sort of embossing folders with this as well, can't you? And do loads of your background. So a good saving on that one until Sunday.
Really good for using with like your stickables as well, if you want to make sure it's stuck down properly.
Definitely. And then last up, but by no means least, you have got the adorable scoreboard. Should be $34.99. You are saving £10, just $24.99 for our scoreboard.
And if you've not got our scoreboard, I don't know how. It's so good.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
So good.
My stepdaughter's just started card making, and I took her one at the weekend. So I was loading it into the car, and my husband was like, "Are you taking craft supplies? We're only going away for one night. Are you taking craft supplies?" I was like, no. Yeah, it's a present. But it really is an essential, just to sort of extend your crafting, isn't it, to be able to make different folds.
It just allows you to sort of like stretch the capabilities as well, and it challenges you sometimes to think outside the box, like how we're going to do in the next demo. We're going to take these cards, which are easily already there, made to be folded in half. That's the way that they've been designed, but we're just by adding little scores in and doing some extra cut lines, we're going to completely transform the look of these cards. So it's such a handy tool to have. And as well, you've got the incredible box making technology in there, which makes card box making like so easy to do.
Yeah, so if somebody is making cards and thinks they want to do different things,
like
isn't it?
3D makes or like when I first started at Hunky Dory, I remember Anne-Marie did there was me and there was a couple of other girls in marketing at the time, and she took us in and she made us, she showed us how it worked, and we made boxes with it. And I was like, I'm never going to be able to do this, because I knew that you had to add like so many inches to get your top. And she was like, no, you don't need to do that. It does it for you. Yeah. And I've still got that box as well on my desk. So all of those years, and it's still going strong.
And there's lots of videos online. We use it in practically every show that we do, don't we? So if you need ideas as well, it just means you can score your adorable scoreable, just to make it patterned as well. So definitely worth getting. If you haven't got one, you are saving £10 at the minute, $24.99 for our scoreboard. They are just the best. So we're going to go back over to Natalie for some more demos.
So I thought we would use the scoreboard, and I'll show you how to make some shaped cards with this. We're going to focus on the Twilight Kingdom for this. And I am actually going to make some cards that feature in our upcoming magazine, so that when you get your magazine home, you'll be able to follow the instructions, and you'll have the templates in that magazine as well for exactly how to do this. So I'm going to start off with this one first of all. And I'm just going to trim it out of the thing. So we're going to trim that here. And then I'm also doing it the other way around, actually. Just going to trim it out from here as well. And then we can see where we're at with that. So this should be about 5 by 10. when we've got it. I think it's just shorter because of where the cut line is, but as long as you can fold it in half, it'll be absolutely fine. So we're going to start off, and I think with this one, let's do like a really fancy fold. So what I want to do is take the score line that's already here and sort of like buff it out. So on the back, just go over that score line, and you can sort of go right the way across, and then I always like to just go across it this way. Now it obviously will still be there, but doing this is going to make it sort of like less obvious, so it's not going to be sort of like the main base of the card. And then on my inches side, I'm going to line this up so that that score line that we had is sort of at the 5, so we can do all the workings on this one. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to score it at different places. So first of all, I'm going to score it at 3, and then I am going to go all the way down to the 1 inch mark, and then I am going to score it at the 5 all the way down to that 1 inch mark again, and then I'm going to score it at 7, and again we're going to go to that 1 inch mark, and then I'm going to flip my cardstock over and do exactly the same again. So just line that up so that the 5's in the middle, and we're going to go 5 down to the 1, 3 down to the 1, 7 down to the 1. And then I'm going to do my other scores, and we are going to do this at 1. So I'm just going to follow that down to the 1, and I'm going to go in from 1 to 4. We're going to score that there, and then we're going to do it at 2 as well. So 2 down to the 4, like so. If it's not perfect, it doesn't necessarily matter, because we can make sure we go over those lines. So then we're going to do it at 8 and 9 as well. And then I think with this one, it does go all the way at 5. So you could have kept that score line in, but we'll just go over it with our score tool anyway. And then we're going to bring it over, and I'm going to line this up to the 1 inch mark on my other side of the trimmer. And I'm just going to go from this score line at 1 all the way down to the score line at the other side, and we're going to flip it over, do exactly the same again. So we're going to go all the way across here, and then what you can do is we can add our sort of folds in to this one. So I'm going to pop this out so that this, you can have this either way, which I really like. We're going to go this way, I think, first, and then we'll see how it's looking. And then with these bits, I'm going to come in. So you want the tops and the bottom to sort of go,
oh, that looks so good,
differently. So you can fold that now, and that will fold flat on there.
And you said this one's going to be featured in the magazine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the 3 that I show you are all going to be
brilliant.
featured in the magazine, so you can sort of like go on and copy those ones. Then I'm going to bring in my sort of designs here. So I'm going to pop this on this side so it sort of like stands up. I'm going to use some of my border strips as well. I'm going to show you how to do 2. There's going to be 3 in the magazine for you to show you how to use your scoreboard with them, but I'm just going to show you how to do this one, and then we'll do another one. But yeah, all the instructions will be in the next up and coming magazine. So I'm going to take these ones off.
Have we got a date for that? Do you know?
It's not far off, you know. I think it's next week sometime.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm going to take those as well. So with my border strips, I'm going to just add tape runner to those, and I'm going to do 1 on this side, and we're going to just go sort of like all the way across. And we can add that score line back in.
Just to ask you, Colleen put on the chat, when is the magazine due? So we're thinking next week.
Next week, yeah. Is that right, Jess? Yeah. So we're going to put that one at the top, and then I'm going to do the same again with the other one at the bottom, but just focusing it on that edge.
I love how you get the 2.
I know. It is really useful.
Yeah.
And I don't think if you ever saw this card, you would think that it came from a quick card pad either. I think that's the beauty of this, is how fun it is. So let me get my foam pads out again.
And what you could always do as well is if you just use your scrap paper or card to cut a card blank the same size. You know, if you wanted to trial out different
yeah.
ways of cutting it and scoring
Or just
it.
use your white card,
Your normal
your
card
Inkme
blanks,
cards,
yeah.
Because that's what we've used here essentially. So with lots of love to a little princess, that's going to go on this bottom section. On there. I've got my other one which says time to sparkle, and I'm going to just pop that up in the top corner. So that can go on here. And then my little button toppers, I can just spread those out, go in with my big foam pads to keep them together, and then I'll just pop them on this side of my card. You could add some ribbon to that as well if you wanted to. Let's see if we've got some black or bright pink that will work with that in our tub. I'm sure we will. There's loads in here. There we go. Straight away. Let's just see.
There's a pink
Can
as
find
well,
the
yeah.
end. I'll go in with this one. We'll add a little ribbon to that, and then this will be our first card done. So it's still going to fit in your envelope as well.
So I feel
which
like
is
even
always
though
super
you've done a
handy.
totally different look to it, it probably still has only taken 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's not taking long at all. As long as you've got those scores, those that template to follow when you get your magazines, then
And your scoreboard.
and your scoreboard.
Yep.
That's all you need. Yeah. So my scissors are super filled up with loads of rubbish now. And then a little bit of a glue dot, if we have any around. There we go. They're always hidden. They're always here. And then that can just go on top. So that is one different shape that you can do with your cards to create them kinetic. You can make them into steppers really easily, and I'm sure we've done a feature of that in a magazine in the past as well with our quick cards, and it just stands really nicely when it's finished. I love that sort of like storybook feel, you know, how it stands and then you've got those pages. So that's one shape, and then the next one I'm going to show you. Again, you use your sort of like square card blank for this one, but there is another example of a shaped card with the sort of like A6 design that we've got as well. So I'm going to use this one for that design, and again we're just going to trim it out from our card blank with following those super handy guides. Really, really easy to sort of like follow and just trim those out. And then we're going to bring our scoreboard back in again, and for this one again we are just going to buffer out this score here just with our score tool, just adding some pressure along there. And then for this one again we're going to line it up, and I always like to just get this score line in the middle, and the reason why you do that is because it is slightly shorter. So if you're doing something where you want to fold it and you want it to be kinetic, you want to be able to start off with that, having that center point in the right place, because then it doesn't necessarily matter where the other scores kind of are in the card making process. So for this one we are going to score at 4 all the way down, and we're also going to score at 6 all the way down. So that will give us like a 1-inch panel here. And then I am going to score, confuse myself here, I'm going to score at 2 down to the 1.5-inch mark. So let's just take that down there, and then I'm going to score at 8 down to that 1.5-inch mark. And if you're trying to figure out like where those markings are as well, a really handy thing to do is get your ruler and sort of lay your ruler, or I can do it with these foam pads as well, across here, so you know exactly where you need to come down to. So that's a nice top tip for anyone who's sort of wondering how they're going to know where those lines are. And then, oh, I might have done that on the wrong side actually. I was supposed to do this on the bottom. Let's try and rub this one out. So you want to do it at one side at the top, is your 2 down to the 1.5, and then we're going to do the 8. Let's just get that score line right again. We're going to do that 8-inch mark, but we're going to do it from the bottom upwards. And then I'm going to take my trimmer and I'm going to line this up to the 1.5 inch mark on there, which is the very end of your score tool. And then I'm going to cut from that line there all the way to the line at like the 6. And then we're going to flip it over and we're going to do exactly the same again. So this first score all the way across, and I'm hoping I've done this right.
It looks good.
Because I did this such a long time ago. So then that needs to go, does that go inwards or does that come outwards? No, outwards. So then we're going to fold this over. This is going to make you a different size card. So this one will be like 5 by 6, but this is going to give you like a stepper shape. So you've got that really nice sort of like detail in there with all of the different steps in. So now we can go again and add on up all of our bits and pieces. So let's pop out all of it because I'm going to use my handmade with love as well, because we don't necessarily need to keep that on there. I'm going to pop this on here. I'm going to use my 2 border strips. I can put them across the top and the bottom.
Chloe's put she'll definitely be re-watching this for ideas. I think there'll be a lot of people re-watching this.
And like I said, if you're someone like me who like needs to visualize it with templates, these are going to be in the next magazine, so you'll be able to get the templates that Rebecca has created to follow with these. So then I'm going to pop these all out. I'm going to use everything on here, I think. So let's go and do our border strips. I'm going to go across the bottom, but I'm going to keep the whole thing. So I'm going to kind of like do a little fishtail, I think. So if I pop this one along there, trim off that piece, and then just do a little fishtail on there. And what you can do is you can kind of like just pop that along that side so it looks like it carries on all the way across the top and bottom. And then let's do that on the top piece as well. So we can just keep.
I think the fishtails are a really good ending for it as well. So if you haven't got quite enough to go all the way, just cut your fishtail into
it. Cut your little fishtail. You'll be absolutely fine. And then again, you can just fold that one and you can make sure that that marries up like so. And then we'll pop our toppers on. So let's go for this one on here. You want to be careful about where you put your foam pads as well, because you don't want to have it on this little bit. Otherwise they will stick together. And then our sentiments, I think I'm going to go with spread your wings and fly there. Let's just trim these all off because we can use them. So let's pop that one so it's just sat on top of that piece. We'll go with It's Your Birthday. I think I'm going to go across my image on my topper. And that can go across there in the middle. And then again, we'll do our little mini toppers. But I'm going to stick them separately so they look like sort of almost mini toppers that we've got on here. So let's just trim our foam pads down so they fit quite nicely on there. And I'm going to go with this one at the top and then this one sort of like halfway down, like so. And then my handmade can still go on the back of here as well. It just depends on what side you want to pop that on. But if you're doing shape cards, always like write your name on that before you stick it on. And then that is your second shape card that you can make with your quick card pads.
They are so good, and like you said earlier, you wouldn't think they'd come from the quick card pads, would you?
No.
And because you've got the front and the back of the card blank decorated, then you can use them in so many different ways.
It's really, really handy to have that artwork all the way across.
I think there will be so many people trying those out. And if you come up with any other card shapes,
Yeah,
please
send
do
them in.
let us know. We would love to see.
We're always looking for different ways to be able to like
Yeah.
use these kits, so it'll be really helpful.
Yeah, please do. So challenge yourselves to try and come up with some different card shapes, and please send them in to us. So we have got some more Super Savers. So these are ending on Sunday, the 2nd of March. First up, we have got, these are all shaped card blanks. Should be $3.99 each. Any two for £5. It says on here over 50 to choose from. Wow, how good is that? So these are just some of the ones that you've got. So look at that one with the
I
circle
love this one.
aperture, and then all of these pop out, so you can thread your ribbon or twine all around the edge of there if you want to as well. So just so many different ones here. This one here, you've got your side twist gatefold cards. So if you're somebody that loves shaped card blanks but unsure as to how to do them, if you haven't got the scoreboard, then these are going to be perfect because they are already done for you. Wow, look at this one. Next up, you've got your triple diamond easel. And again, sometimes we just need these to sort of jog our creativity, don't we? And to try out some new ideas. So you can see in these, you're getting 5 in each.
That's so cool.
So your 3-tier folding steps. I love that one. How good are these?
This is a cute
This
one.
is always really useful, isn't it? Your
do love
sort
this.
of postage stamp one. That's perfect for your little books, isn't it? And things like that.
Square little books fit in that
Yeah.
really nicely. There's another product that's coming up that would fit in that really nicely.
There
as
is,
well.
isn't there? Yeah. You've got your stars there.
Cute.
As I say, there's over 50 to choose from on the website. This one, you've got your climbing steps card.
So this
Is that
is
similar
kind of
to
like
one you've
the
just
same
done?
what we've
Yeah.
just done. I think it just comes with 4 steps on there. So yeah, you could be using this.
Yeah.
The house, I love the house.
Oh, how good is that one?
So good. You'd be able to use that with your new crocodile print embossing folder and make it look like proper stone.
Yeah. I think those would make nice Christmas cards as well, wouldn't they? Like do a
with
sort
like
of
a little
snowy
wreath
scene
on the
house.
front.
Yeah. You've got your,
Butterfly. This one's great.
how gorgeous are these? Your luxury shaped card blanks, and then you've got your
Oh, I love that gatefold.
gatefold, but with the sort of the scalloped edge
edges.
on there as well. So over 50 to choose from. So look, have a look on the
for
web.
£5?
Yeah.
How many do you get in a pack? Is there 5?
Yep. And you get the envelopes with them as well.
What?
I know.
That's so good.
Yeah. So can you imagine, like that one, the butterfly, for example? You get 10 of those for £5. Ink them up and put a sentiment. How much could you sell those for on a store?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a really good deal.
Yeah, so have a look, check them out, and it will just, I think with those, they'll just inspire you as well
Yes,
to
they
sort
will.
of come up with some of your own ideas as well. Next up, we have got the White Craft Glue Mega Buy.
Oh, this is
It is this one, isn't it? So you are getting, you can see the box, all
a deal.
12 of these. So it dries clear, $7.99, should be £15. So if you are somebody that does lots of crafting, if you're crafting with children,
Yes.
these are going to be just perfect and just really handy to have in your craft room, aren't they?
It's like that essential craft glue that everyone
Yeah.
knows and loves. It's really great for using with lots of different products.
You know
as well.
you've still got the quality in there, but 12, so less than £1 a
Madness.
bottle, isn't it? Just perfect. So you are saving 47% on that one. Another glue that we've got, you are saving 50% on this one, so it should be £11.94, but it is £5.97. So this is your craft glue pen.
I do like the craft glue pen.
They're good, aren't they?
So good for using with die cuts.
Yeah, but I feel like with all the adhesives, there's a time and a place for kind of all of them, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think this one with your die, if you do your die cutting, you've got your sentiments. You can see, you can squeeze the barrel here. It does dry clear, and you have got, it's quite a sort of a thin
It is,
nib
isn't
on
it?
the
A
end,
really
isn't
nice
it?
thin nib
Yeah.
for you to
So
be
you
able
are
to use
getting
it.
all 6 of those. So they're coming up just under £1 each, aren't they?
So
which
good.
is just brilliant. So again, stock up on those so that you've got them in your craft room. I know Friday I was on annual leave, and do you know what I did? I sat in my craft room making a card, watching the show. I was like, I've been at work, but then I hadn't got a tape runner.
Oh no.
I know. It
Did you have to use normal tape?
Yes. So that's what I need to make sure I get.
Third world problems.
I know. And then the last thing we've got here is your low tack tape stack. Now this is an essential for so many different things, for sticking down your die cuts to run them through your die cutting machine, to mask off your masks.
Yeah.
If there's certain parts of it you don't want ink to go through. And you can see with these you get those 5 different sizes. So you've got the one there with the sort of dotted line first, then your one with hunky-dory on, and you can see they go up in width. But all 5 of those for just £5.99 instead of £10. So again, another essential that you can stock up on for your craft room. But coming back to the main stars of the show, your Quick Cards Ultimate Collection 5. So all 3 pads you are getting for just £29.97 or £26.97 if you are a Diamond Club member. So you can make, is it 48?
16, 20, 32, 32,
48.
48, yeah.
So 48 cards for less than £30, and you've got that gorgeous foiling. So with the Terrific Transport, you've got your gold and silver foiling. With the Twilight Kingdom, you've got that stunning black foiling on there. Each pad making 16 cards. And then your Perfect Pets, you have got your gold foiling on there. So let's have a look at just a few more of the samples before we go over to Natalie for the last demo. So you can see, again, just how well the border strips were. And I think you get just enough, don't you, to fill each of the cards
and you get,
on here.
they never look like there's not enough going on.
No,
there's
not
so
at all.
much detail, and the artwork you've got in the card blanks as well. It just brings everything together so well.
Yeah, and even
really
with
well put
yours, where you
together.
kind of used sort of both sides of the card blank,
Yeah.
there was still enough on there, wasn't there?
Absolutely.
So definitely have a go at those. Oh, this one, love how they've added the gemstones
so cool.
onto there. So really just adds that bit more detail to it, doesn't it?
That's really cool.
So just think of other things that you've got in your stash that you could use. That one's just come off there. So you've got your tractor.
I like the placements of those
The
border
yeah,
strips. It's very clever.
really good, aren't they? And then this one, love the colours in this one. You've got your motorbike
Nice.
on there. And I love how sort of the sky there sort of tallies with
The top
the
of
sky there, doesn't
yeah.
it? How they've lined that up. Such a good idea. And then some of your Twilight Kingdom ones.
I like that.
Gorgeous sort
It's
of
really
pinky
pretty.
purples in that one. This one you've just got your black ribbon added to that, like Natalie did with hers. This one just
That's a
using
good
those.
use of the border strips.
Definitely,
as well.
yeah. And
Putting
because you've
into the-
already got, you can see what the card black looks like. You've already got those border
Yeah.
strips. You can really sort of, like you say, fill in all the space, can't you, on
Absolutely,
those?
yeah. Make it look quite full. Cute.
Lovely tag there with love to you both on your special day. And then some of the ones from the pets.
That's adorable. Do love the little bunny there.
Yeah, really spring-like feel to that one, isn't it? Your lovely guinea pig on that one. And then lastly,
Cute.
just so many different
look really good,
ideas
doesn't it?
and ways of using them. So we're going to go over to Natalie for our final demo.
We are. I'm going to use it with those shaped card blanks. So do you want to choose which one, and I'll try and make it work?
Oh, shall we?
Yeah. Which one
That's
do you want to go
exciting.
for? There's some good shapes.
We've done that one, haven't we?
That one?
That work?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah. We'll try it.
Okay, so
Let's
which
go.
one is it? The
So
triple?
we've gone for the 3-tier folded steps, which is kind of like a stepper card.
Oh, we can do
But
that
you
one.
like place them all up. No, I like this
You
one.
sure?
I'm down for this challenge.
Okay, I'm
So
liking
let's
this.
take one of these out from here. are all together, so I'll have to take them out like this. And then we'll show you how you can use it with your kit and how to get the most out of it. So when we get these out the packaging, I always like to go over with my score tool and just make sure that everything is burnished and really straight. So we're going to go along that score line first of all, and then all of these steps fold up as well. So we're going to go and diagonally fold these like so. And this is one that's actually, it looks terrifying at first to sort
It
of
does
like
if you
make
had to
the
do it
cards,
yourself, doesn't it?
but
Yeah.
it's really, really easy to do. So I'm thinking with this one, and because of the shape that we've got, when you step all of these up, we could do something really fun with, like the aeroplanes maybe,
Oh, nice.
or the hot air balloons actually. There's a lot you
I
can
don't
do
think
with
I've
these.
ever made this card shape.
Have you not?
No.
It's really fun. You'll definitely use it. And to get the most out of like filling this out as well, because we get 2 of each shape, I am going to sort of like take two of the sheets out of here, but we're going to make it work. So I'm going to use all the pieces as well. I like the Spitfire though. Oh, I don't know. Let's do the hot air balloons. I think that one's going to work best. I'm going to take 2 of them out. I'm going to see how far I get with one sheet. And if I need to bring the other sheet in, then we'll use it. So let me just trim out my card blank from here. Like this. And then this is a 6x6 card. So if I, what size is that now? That's going to be 6. If I take that to 6, I've got less to work with. So if I cut that down to 5.5, and I've got this panel now, and I'm going to take this bit to 5.5 as well. So I've got a little strip there that I could bring in, and I'm going to bring in some extra mirri. So that's going to be another thing that I'm adding in. And again, I'm just going to take that to 5 3/4. So I'm going to have a little white edge on the bottom section. So I can just take my panel now and pop that on there, and that can go on the inside. So that will fit on here, like so. Make sure that we're straight on that. Then these panels, you want to kind of like measure the length. This is the easiest way to sort of dress them up. So you want to measure, so that's like 2.5. This one is 2, and I think this one's 1.5. Yeah. So I know it's by 6, so if I trim that down to 6, that's fine. And then we've got 2.5, 1.5, 2 and 1.5. So that will be perfect because we've taken it all out. And then what you want to do is like cut them diagonally from point to point. So there to there on all of them. We are only going to use one side of this, but you would be able to use the other side if you were to make another card. You could just, if you fold your easels the other way, you'll be able to use those. So that can go on there like that. And then this panel here that I've got left over, I think is probably going to be about 2.5. I'm going to cut it down to 2 1/4. And I'm also going to cut it down this way to 6 1/4. And then again, I'm just going to take this panel here. I probably want to do it this way around first.
I think that's the thing with that one, isn't it? Getting the right diagonal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to work it out. I think we'll just do it the way that it needs to go, because otherwise I'll confuse myself. We'll just do it that way. So this, making sure I've got the right measurement. Oh, have I cut these all the wrong way? I bet I have, haven't I? That goes that way. Oh, this should still fit on there though, I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that fits on there. So maybe we take the gold. I don't know how I've done that. I've cut it the wrong way. I've cut it from that way to that way and it needed to go from the bottom to the top. So let's try and remake those because I do want to use them. Get another little bit of gold. Trim that to 6. And then the first one's 2.5. And I want to go. No, but I did do it right. Why do they not work? I mustn't have done it right.
Yeah, no, it's the other way, isn't it?
So
Yeah.
even if I flip it, it's not right, is it?
Yeah.
So I want to go.
No, I always think if you flip it, it's going to work, but it doesn't, does it? It's...
But if I go from there to there, it should work, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
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 So that's your first one ready to go. And then, did I do the others the wrong way as well? Did I do them all wrong?
Sam said her brain's ticking now trying to make a 7x7 version of this.
There we go. It's really easy to do. It is super, super easy. I've done all the other ones right, just not that one. So, we can bring this back in now and take our smaller pieces because this is going to fit really nicely onto here because we've done that, the maths on that one and cut it down shorter beforehand so that you've got that panel. So that can go on there. And we are still only using one card blank here as well, people, which is pretty impressive. So that is going to sit across there like so, and that will fold up. My next panel is here. So what I'm going to try and do is use this piece. So what I'll do is just line it up on there, and then or I should maybe take it off the side that's the easiest to cut, the straight edge. And trim. I'm just going to mark it with a pencil to trim it to the right size. And then what I can do is I can come back in and make it shorter. I'll just do that, and then ever so slightly I just want to take a little bit more off. Oh no. Always pesky when you've got like tiny bits that you need to work with. So that will fit hopefully on here. Might want to trim it off a tiny little bit more. So let's just pop that.
But that's
over
the best
there.
thing to do, isn't it? Just trim a small bit off at a time.
Yeah, you don't want to do too much.
So you're going to try and make it just out the one?
Yeah, I think so. I like the challenge now.
Yeah.
I did think it would be easier, and it obviously would be easier if you cut into those sheets, but then you're cutting into it. You want to.
Yeah. I like
really
the challenge
want to try and
like
challenge
you say,
yourself to get it to work with what you've got. So that will fit on my second step, like so. And then my third step is here, and I've got this much to work with, but I've also got border strips. So what I'm thinking of doing is if I stick these bits together, I know it looks really silly to put those two bits together, but it's going to give me more to work with. So I'll just use some low tack tape. You want something that's not got like a sticky back to it or a shiny back, so you know that it's gonna work. I'm gonna pop that.
But then you've even got
here.
this part, haven't you? You know the part where you...
Oh yes, will that fit?
I don't know.
Because I'm definitely gonna need more than this. Amy's a genius. So let's steal this bit then.
Yeah, you know, like, and that's a lovely thing again, that we don't leave it blank, do we?
No.
We still put
Gonna
something
trim
on there.
this bit off. I could even use that little gold bit to sort of like break up the design. So let me just trim this piece from here. Although if I just stuck that bit onto there, I think it lines up because that's where the card blank was supposed to be. I'll just add that on. And then what's this cut to? Is it 1.5? Let's just see if I can cut that to like 1 3/4. With the gold bit you actually can, so we'll just leave that bit on there and then you trim it that way, don't you? So let's go in with that, and then I've got this little section which should fit on here.
Yeah.
I maybe have a little bit more to work with on that bit, but I'm just going to trim that down ever so slightly, and I can hide this little join here with one of my panels. So let's just go in with that. It's not perfectly the angle that we need, but for saying that we've made it out of one sheet of this, it's going to work. So then I've got my border strips. Where have I put them? Because I've just trimmed them out. So this is what we've got left, which is all of our elements, our border strips. Let's stick this on first of all, and then we can sort out our workings for hiding all of these bits and pieces. So that needs to go on there like that. So we've got our 3 steps. So obviously the last step is going to have your design on. So that's going to sit there, and just go in with a foam pad on that bottom corner there. And that is going to fit really nicely in the middle and be like that main focus. We're going to sort out all of these little stoppers that we need as well in a moment. Then this one can go on here. So let your dreams soar. So again, just going to hold them together and go in with a foam pad on that.
It's just making sure the foam pads don't overhang
Yeah.
as well, isn't it?
Making sure that you've got that placement right, so you're not going to get that design where you don't want it. Let's just stretch them out a little bit. The sky is the limit is one of the sentiments, which if I place it there, it hides that join of my working. So we're going to do that. I've still not used my border strips yet. And then we've got up and away as well. So let's pop this one across here to hide that. Oh, the right way around would help. Sky is the limit. So that's going to go on there. So hide in that join that we made. Up and away, I'm going to add across the bottom of my main topper. I think that's really going to fit nicely on there. So let's pop that on there, and then I think I'm going to bring this one in across here. I could have maybe stuck that on beforehand, or should we go for this one? No, let's go for this one. I'm just going to take my tape runner. I'm just going to see if I can get this off, because I can re-stick that down, and then what I can do is just place this where I want it to go again, and then
Somebody was just asking if you leave the other angles blank.
You can decorate them if you want, but the way that you see the card when it's finished, you're not going to see them as much. And of course, I've only used one sheet, so the sort of premise of this was to try and make it from one sheet. So obviously I don't have any more elements, but you could go in with like your adorable scoreable, like plain adorable scoreable,
use just
duo design paper pads.
the gold maybe, because you've already cut that side, haven't you?
That would work
You've
as
already
well.
got that ready to go on there.
So let's pop that on there. And then I'm going to stick this handmade for you on the back, I think, of here, so you could write your message on, or you could stick it, let's pop it in on the inside actually, so then you're not seeing it. we'll stick it here. So you're not seeing that. And then for my little stoppers that I need, I'm going to bring in this design and I'm going to mark it with a pencil to get my angle right that I need to cut it at. I'm going to do them all individually probably. That is number 1. That is number 2. And then you can obviously make the last one as long as you want it to be. Go in a little bit more with that. This one's been my favourite one challenge of the whole
It's been so
3,
good,
I
hasn't
think.
it?
And then I'm of course going to fishtail all of these.
Especially with the shaped card blanks being 2 for £5.
I know. Such a good deal. It's one of those deals that you think, how are we able to do that? But we are.
We don't ask questions, do we?
No,
We just...
let you let you guys have it. So because we're using these as stoppers, I'm going to use 4mm foam pads just to give me enough strength to hold those diagonals. So I can just stick these on.
Oh, I'm so glad we use these. Angela says, I'm frozen watching this. I've been testing my brain since I bought them in the pack. So if anyone who's got them and then looked at them and thought, oh, not sure what to do with them, get them out because you can see, once you start, how easy they are, isn't it, to put together?
Yeah. So that is another one. And then I'm going to put that one up here. So that one sort of holds it on that space as well. And then I think that's it. So there you go.
That is, I just love that card shape.
It's
yeah.
so good.
And that was just one sheet.
Just one sheet. I've
Yep.
still got all of this one left. Didn't even use it. It's made from one sheet. And then, of course, when you open that back up, you've got all of that background in there as well with those little handy stoppers from your border strip.
It's so
There you
good.
go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I bet everyone's loved today's show with all those demos, going from how you make them up as intended to start with,
Yeah.
isn't it, into
How
how
quick we
you
can
can
make them.
create card blanks using what's already in the pad, but then adding in other supplies as well. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Don't forget, you can re-watch the show on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was it stay on Facebook as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can re-watch the show on Facebook and YouTube if you want to go back and watch any of those demonstrations. Thank you. So, TV schedule, Natalie?
Yes.
You are at Hobby Maker
I
tomorrow.
am on a busy bee.
Slightly busy day here.
Yeah, just a little busy.
So, 1 p.m. you've got our new Perfect Verses.
I do. Excited for that one.
3 p.m. we have got our new pastel foiled edge card blanks.
It's going to be a good one
They are
again.
gorgeous.
Another essential you need.
6 p.m. with Premier Craft Tool deals.
There's lots of good deals on that. I've just seen Paul Amory
Oh,
send
yeah.
it over. It's really
And then
good.
lastly at 8 p.m. with your pastel foiled edge card blanks again.
Yes,
So
so
a
a little
really
recap of the
Busy
day.
day. So 4 shows for Natalie at Hobby Maker tomorrow. So make sure you join her. Next up here on Hunky Dory TV, I'm afraid it's me again, because it wasn't meant to be me today.
It wasn't, no.
But I did get a bit of notice.
Who are you doing the show with
Stacey.
tomorrow?
Yep, so me and Stacey are here tomorrow with our new Ink and Twist range.
Oh, they are
So there
good.
will- yeah.
You don't want to miss that.
No,
because
and there
there's
will, you know, Stacey, there will be so many tips
techniques
and tricks
yeah.
and techniques that you are going to be able to copy at home. So thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you've enjoyed the show as much as we have, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. Have a good day.